Hey everyone, and welcome to Raven Reviews, the channel dedicated to giving you fair and accurate reviews of some of the top-rated products on the market. We formulate our opinions based on factors like user experience and the product's features to give you an honest assessment of what the product would look like for you if you bought it. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 best smartphones on the market right now. If you look at the video description, there will be links to each of the phones, as well as any available discount codes for you to use. Let's take a look at what these phones have to offer. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G. First up, we have the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G, which has the fastest processor a Galaxy phone has ever come out with, as well as the highest resolution camera of any phone when it first came out. Samsung clearly prioritized design here too, since both the screen and phantom black finish immediately stand out when opening this up out of the box. This phone is also compatible with S Pen Tech 2, which is a very nice touch. Being able to capture anything at 180 micropixels is incredible and allows you to pinch, crop, or zoom on any photo you take without messing up the overall image quality. Lightning fast laser technology also makes sure that your focal point is clear and in focus too. You can snap pictures at either 3 or 10 times optical zoom thanks to a dual lens combo, which is why the camera looks a little weird at first glance. Samsung also included 100 times zoom option, which they're calling the space zoom, allowing you to take truly absurd pictures from a distance. Storage options to support that fancy camera start at 128 gigs and go all the way up to 512 gigabytes, meaning you shouldn't ever really have a problem dealing with space for all the photos you'll inevitably take. Unfortunately for some, this phone does lack a micro SD card slot, which does make it harder to upgrade your storage system to support even more space. The Samsung S21's battery is also top-notch and capable of going without a charge for more than a day in most cases. This does have a bit of a negative side effect though, as users do report this phone being pretty heavy. This makes sense as Samsung wanted to include a great battery and camera feature, but still it's worth noting that this model is a bit heftier than past iterations. Samsung boldly declared that this phone has the best display ever, and for the most part, this rings true. The S21 has the highest contrast ratio as well as an adaptive display that can switch from 10Hz all the way up to 120. Samsung also included intuitive blue light management systems, which they say help limit strain on your eyes while using it for extended periods of time. OnePlus 8T. The OnePlus 8T is a very convenient phone in every sense of the word, and is very intuitive to get a hang on. This phone has a really powerful battery, and by using warp charging, you can get a day's worth of battery in only 15 minutes. This phone more than holds its own against the more expensive ones on the market, which is why we're giving it our best budget pick. In comparison to standard displays, the OnePlus 8T has a refresh rate that is about twice that of standard smartphones. This makes your everyday experience feel smoother, and there isn't that annoying delay that you can get on other products. The refresh rate also makes this a good option for gaming, especially since you don't really have to worry about battery life on this device, with its spectacular charging and long battery life. In terms of design, this phone may not blow you out of the water, but a premium glass finish does give it a nice touch of grace and class that it needed. In terms of structure, however, this phone is surprisingly durable, and able to take a few hits if you're a bit on the clumsier side. The software is just as impressive as the hardware too, which complements the phone's colorful display nicely. You shouldn't have any problem surfing the web, playing games, or doing anything that you've come to expect a modern-day smartphone to do. The camera on this phone is serviceable, but lacks some of the features that people have come to enjoy in recent years. You are able to shoot in 4K and ultra-wide, but sadly there's no telephoto lens, which helps to give that crisp focal point that camera enthusiasts love. Apple iPhone 12. The name of the game for the iPhone 12 was always speed. This was on full display when Apple proudly presented their A14 Bionic chip, which is considered the fastest ever put into a smartphone. When you have the ability to do things quickly, you want a screen that will keep up, which is why Apple complemented their chip with an edge-to-edge OLED display that gives you crisp details at all times. It's worth noting that the display is only 60 Hz though, which is a bummer for people looking for that top-of-the-line 120 Hz resolution. Both the contrast and resolution are better than in the past iterations though, and Ceramic Shield makes this phone 4 times more drop resistant. If you want to get in on the 5G revolution, the iPhone 12 is a great place to start. 5G has made latency less than ever and resulted in faster streaming, smoother gaming, and the fastest download speeds that we've ever seen, and all that is available here. While the battery life is still outstanding, it is a slight regression in some users' eyes. This is made up for because of the A14 Bionic chip being more efficient than past versions. This is also the first iteration of the iPhone to not include earbuds or a charger, which is more eco-friendly, but it means you'll have to get those yourself. Apple has put a lot of work into their cameras in the past years, and that is on full display with the iPhone 12. This camera is able to capture everything, even in darkness thanks to their night mode feature. The ultra-wide camera also captures a night mode now, and the wide camera is able to take in 27% more light as well. The iPhone 12 is also capable of recording, editing, and playing back Dolby Vision video. Speaking of the video capabilities, the iPhone 12 can do a night mode time-lapse now, letting you capture light trails and motion when using a stable tripod. The 10-bit HDR video recording is also 60 times better than the 8-bit version found in previous models. With a ton of features that would suit almost anyone, this is our pick for best overall product, since it has something for everyone. Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra is a phone that has a lot to offer and tries to separate itself from other smartphones with some big swings, with features like a camera bump that houses 3 powerful lenses, as well as a 1.1-inch display. The M111 Ultra is fast, with great processing power and the ability to swipe through apps and such with ease. The display on the phone itself is crystal clear too, and the entire phone is very durable. This contributes a bit to its weight, which some have called hefty, but at least it's for a good reason. This phone is large and is great for people that want a phone that's verging on tablet. The screen is large and vibrant, and if you're a photography buff, the size probably won't get to you at all. It is heavy though, and some people report the size being an issue since they didn't take it into account. Speaking of photography, this phone is one of the best cameras out there, especially for standard and zoom type shots. While most phones try to hide their camera, the bump on this one as well as the display shows Xiaomi's commitment to the photography crowd, which makes it the ideal choice for people that love that kind of declaration. Although the camera may look intimidating, it is very easy to use, and probably the phone's best feature. With 67-watt wired charging, you're not going to have any problem being tied to a wall outlet. Charging takes almost no time at all, and if you're a person who often forgets to charge their phone or who wants to charge it right before they go to work for the day, this is a great option. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G. Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 3 is 5G compatible, and its unique design has captured people's attention since the first iteration dropped some years ago. The 3 multi-windows make this smartphone a dream for multitaskers, and you can even take notes using the S Pen. The display is the real draw here, since it gives you an ultra-clear tablet-like experience that you can easily fold up into your pocket. The aluminum frame and overall design of the Z Fold 3 make this device water-resistant, and that frame is considered the sturdiest that Samsung has ever implemented into a phone. This gives you an added peace of mind that you don't have to be quite as careful as you may with other devices. The charging and battery here are solid, but fall short of greatness compared to some of Samsung's other phones. The device holds a charge well and takes about 80 to 95 minutes to fully charge on most days. And while it certainly isn't the best, it is more serviceable in that area. The camera is also pretty solid, and is where the other Z Fold series devices have fallen in the last few years. It's difficult to put a big camera in a phone that's meant to be folded up, but the phone does a nice job of capturing moments. The Z Fold 3 gives users an experience like no other, and is perhaps the most innovative smartphone ever created. Despite some compromises, this phone offers users a look into what smart devices could look like moving forward, which is why we're giving it our pick for best premium option. And that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. We appreciate it very much. As we said up top, all links to the products as well as any potential promo codes will be included in the video's description. We'll see you for the next review.